Peace to everybody. This article is about Paris Jackson again, and she is at home resting comfortably finally after being in the hospital of a suicide attempt. Paris Jackson is doing fine after slamming a report that she attempted suicide on Saturday, a source tells People. So, a source told People that Paris Jackson attempted suicide. Paris had an accident this morning that required medical treatment, says the source. She is currently resting at home and doing fine. So it's wonderful news that she is currently at home resting after being in the hospital. And I can understand where she's coming from because everything takes a toll on you. Earlier Saturday, TMZ reported that the 20-year-old daughter of the late Michael Jackson was placed on a 5150 hold following a hospitalization for a suicide attempt. Police, social workers, and other mental health professionals have the authority to use a 5150 hold if a person is considered a danger to themselves or others or is gravely disabled. So the hospital had no choice but to use the 5150, I should say the social workers, the mental health professionals, and the police. So they're allowed to use that 5150. Just make sure that they're not in danger to themselves. At about 7:28 a.m., officers respond to the 7200 block of Hillside for an ambulance attempt suicide. The victim was transported to a local hospital. Tony, I'm a public information officer with the Los Angeles Police Department, told People. So the officer had told People that he was the Los Angeles Police Department and that they was there for Paris Jackson. Reps for Paris and the Jackson estate couldn't be reached immediately for comment, but Paris slammed TMZ's report via Twitter, writing, F you and F liars. So she really slammed it to the TMZ reports on Twitter. She said F you and F liars. So of course they was lying to about her. In response to a since deleted tweet from Bethany Frankel about the TMZ report, Paris wrote, Lies, 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 OMG, and more lies. In another tweet, the singer and model posted wary emoji faces. So here is Paris Jackson's tweet that she put on Twitter. Here is another tweet that she did on Twitter. Paris Jackson says it's not her role to defend Dad Michael over child molestation allegations. So, people are asking her questions. Did her father do that to those boys and that and that? And she came out and said it's not her role to defend her father. But I really think if Michael Jackson was my father, I would defend him immediately and get these liars off my back. And that's what she should have done. Hours earlier, Paris responded to People who have shamed her for not publicly coming to the defense of her father. The daughter of the late pop star explained in a tweet on Friday that it was not her role to defend Michael in the wake of the sexual molestation allegations made by Wade Robson and James Safechuck in HBO's Bombshell documentary. Well, I did a little research on those two, and they were smiling, and I knew it was proof all along that they was lying about Michael Jackson. Now, if you want to do some Google research, please do, because these two men, they have lied and they was in it for the money the whole time. That's what Wade Robson and James Safechuck were in for, the money. And as you can see, here's Michael Jackson and his daughter Paris. And of course, Paris is a beautiful young woman, and she's only 20 years old, going on 21 this year. Paris also commended her cousin Taj Jackson, 45, for standing up for her father and said that all she was trying to do was keep the peace and amid the controversy. So Paris was trying to keep the peace, and of course, with the help of her cousin Taj Jackson, who was 45 years old, and so yes, they was trying to keep the peace because all this controversy stuff was going on, and it's just way too much for her. There's nothing I could say that hasn't already been said in regards to defense. Taj is doing a perfect job on his own, she tweeted, and I support him, but that's not my role. So she does support Taj, her cousin, and he's doing a good job of getting these people off her back and that. So I'm very proud of Taj Jackson. I'm just trying to get everyone to chill out and go with the flow. Be mellow and think about the bigger picture. That's me, she added. So yeah, she wants everybody to chill out. They want everybody to leave her alone because she's tired of it. She can't take no more of it. And of course, here's another tweet that she has done on her Twitter account. Though a source recently told People that Paris hasn't seen the explosive documentary, she has appeared to have a relatively laid-back perspective on the situation since the allegations resurfaced. So back, whatever year it was, Michael Jackson was acquitted of the sexual abuse because there was no proof of anything. So everybody was lying on him, especially when it came to Wade and James. They both have lied on him for no reason at all. The first, back in the time, one said he didn't do it. Then years later they say he did do it. So I knew those two were definitely lying right through their teeth. Days after its broadcast premiere, she alluded to leaving Neverland in a series of tweets that came in response to reports that she was worried about how the film and allegations against her father would affect her career. While she did not directly mention the documentary, she appeared to refer to it as tabloids and lies. And I don't blame her. These tabloids have lied and everything, and it's affecting her career very much. And she doesn't want these lies getting around anymore. She wants the lies to stop. And I don't blame her. I actually haven't made any statements yet, especially regarding how it affects my work life. You guys are reaching a bit. At least this wasn't a disgusting and attacking article, though, Paris said in a now deleted tweet. So now, yes, the tweet is being deleted after she didn't. She hasn't made any statements yet, but eventually she will, and this is what she will. Then she then added a tweet that read, "Y'all take my life more seriously than I do." So this is what she tweeted on her Twitter page, and it's a and this is they're just focusing on the wrong thing. Lies, abuse, and trauma, the biggest bombshells about Michael Jackson from leaving Neverland. All right. In another message, Paris, who has often been open about the lasting impact her father made on her life, wrote, "I know injustices are frustrating, and it's easy to get worked up, but reacting with a calm mind usually is more logical than acting out of rage, and also, it feels better to mellow out." So she wants to mellow out, but it's frustrating her, and I don't blame her that it's frustrating because she wants it all to stop and all go away now. It's bad enough the radio stations has stopped playing his music, which I think that was very unfair. And of course, I think whatever else, maybe some music apps that they got rid of Michael Jackson's music too. It all depends. When a fan responded to that tweet writing, "The bigger picture is your father's legacy, ruined and his name smeared forever." But whatever though, Paris responded saying, "So, not love and peace and try to carry that message out? Tabloids and lies are the bigger picture? I'll pray for you." Oh, so the fan had reacted to Paris's Twitter, and she pretty much had a little sassy attitude towards the fan, I guess. And she said that she would pray for him. And I don't blame her because, all these lies has really got to stop. And of course, I think here in this video is Corey Feldman, who was friends with Michael Jackson, and he defended him so many times that it wasn't even funny at all. Ahead of the film's broadcast premiere, Tosh spoke out on Twitter and referred to the documentary as a one-sided hit job. So that's what it was about. It was all one-sided. There was no two sides of the story or nothing. Wade Robson and James Safechuck, they all lied. They both lied on him, and that was really wrong because, like I said, I did a little research on Google. Those two were smiling. And it proved that they was lying. Michael's estate has also reportedly denied the allegations in the film, calling it another lurid production in an outrageous and pathetic attempt to exploit and cash in on Michael Jackson. So with those two gentlemen, they was trying to get the money out of Wade Robson and James Safechuck. Yes, they was trying to get the money from the Jackson estate. Of course, that's not going to happen because the Jackson estate is not going to put up with it, with these two liars. And of course, Paris and her brothers, they are planning on suing those two. Michael Jackson's nephew slams Leaving Neverland, called a documentary one-sided hit job. Leaving Neverland, which premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in January, includes intimate interviews with Robson and Safechuck, plus both of their mothers, their wives, and Robson's siblings. So every one of those people have lied, and this is a one-sided show for those two. They're lying and everything else. In late February, two co-executives of the Jackson estate and Optimum Productions sued HBO and its parent company, Time Warner, for $100 million, claiming that airing the two-part film would violate a non-disparagement clause. According to court documents obtained by People, Michael Jackson is innocent, period, the lawsuit says in part. So HBO got sold for $100 million, and thanks to the Jackson estate, and I'm glad that they did. So now they're going to think twice about lying about Michael Jackson, and for them. And I know they better pay up real quick because I know HBO is got a lot of money for all that. In a statement obtained by People, HBO responded, "Despite the disparate lengths taken to undermine the film, our plans remain unchanged. HBO will move forward with the airing of Leaving Neverland. This will allow everyone the opportunity to access the film and the claims in it for themselves." Well, HBO should not be moving forward of airing Leaving Neverland. This is so unfair. They're destroying the legacy of Michael Jackson, and it's just so unfair for them, especially when it comes to Wade Robson and James Safechuck, who have relied on this man for ever since, and it was all a one-sided show, and this is really ridiculous for them. They had no right to be lying on Michael Jackson whatsoever. What are your thoughts in the comments below? I am out.